Hi, Farmer Cary. Is there a special way that we need to plant a tomato plant?
Mr. Lavasser, thank you for asking that question, because tomatoes are special plants in how you do plant them. They have a very unusual and interesting characteristic. Here are two tomato plants, one small, one big. In this video, we're going to learn how to plant a smaller tomato plant. In the next video, we're going to learn how to plant a big guy like this. Now, let's use this guy as an example though. You see this long stem? Did you know roots can grow out of that stem if you plant it deep? Not many vegetables like to be planted deep, but tomatoes want to be planted deep. And I'll tell you why. Because tomatoes grow really tall and they like to have sturdy stems. And if you don't have a sturdy stem, you have to spend a lot of time staking it up. Now look at this. If I take this stem off, it's going to fall over. We don't want that. I better put this back or it'll fall over, okay? So that stem is not sturdy. So we're going to plant it really deep. Okay, now let's look at this little guy. See how it's flopping around? Not very sturdy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dig the hole where that little plant goes, and I'm going to dig it deep. And I'll show you how deep the plant goes. Okay, there's that beautiful hoop house soil we've been working on for a long time with compost and stuff. Now, see this plant? It's got these nice green leaves here, but look at these down here. See that? What happened there? Well, actually it got sunburned. This was being hardened off and it went out into the sun too soon, and it had too much sun for its little leaves and they turned white. Sometimes you'll put your tomato out too soon and they'll get kind of purple and cold. But tomatoes are amazing. They want to grow. You can practically kill a tomato and it will come back. Okay? So now, what do we do with this tomato and how deep do we plant it? Well, it looks like from here up, see that right there? From here up looks healthy, right? And from here down, not so good. Okay, don't be shocked, but watch. Snap, snap, snap. Be careful not to rip it when you snap it, okay? Now, I think that this one's no good. I'll snap that one off. Okay, now, this is, they're not so great, but I think I'm going to leave them as what I call the armpits, okay? You plant a tomato down to its armpits, which are the first strong leaves. Now, see that stem? There's the armpits. Now, I'm going to estimate how deep I go down. Okay. I'm going to dig that hole. I'm going to add a little worm castings from our worm bin. Yum. Just a little bit of fertilizer. Mix that in. Okay. There we go. Now, let me take this tomato out. Now, how do you take a tomato out of a pot? Do I pull it? Oh, no. Don't pull it. Take your fingers like this. It's kind of fun. Flip it upside down. Pop. See how that fell out? That is a lot of fun. Now, there's my little tomato plant. Kind of floppy. Let's put it in the ground and see if I got it the right. Oh, that looks pretty good. Here, you want to take a look right here? Look in that hole. You can see how deep it is. See how deep I've planted it? And it's that armpit right there is right at the level of the soil. Okay, now what I'm going to do, let me add a little worm castings to this. Just a little bit of fertilizer. Okay, now I'm going to backfill that hole. Now, look at that little tomato plant. See that? Isn't that beautiful? That is a sturdy tomato plant. Now, just imagine That stem is under the ground now. And what is that stem going to do? Remember? It's going to grow roots out of the stem. And pretty soon, that root ball, you know what you call the root area is called a root ball. That root ball, instead of being this big, is going to be as deep as that stem was tall, right? That is going to be a sturdy little tomato plant, and we're going to watch it grow. Okay? Then, oh, I forgot my watering can. I'll do that later. I'm going to give it a lot of water, okay? Because we want the water to go down, all the way down to where this was deep, so that soil is now nice and moist, and that stem can go, yay! I can grow roots. Yeah? Did that answer your question about how special tomatoes are and how you plant them?
You sure did. Thank you very much, Farmer Cary.
Yeah? In our next video, we're going to plant this big guy, which requires a deeper hole, but then sometimes you get down to where it's hard to dig, so there's a little trick that we have for that. Okay, so stay tuned for the next video of how you plant really tall, floppy stem tomato plants. All right.
Bye, Farmer Cary.
Bye, Mr. Lavasser.